what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We are still here, day 24 in San Diego for the first drive of this midsize sedan. What is it? It's the 2025 redesigned Toyota Camry. Guess what? This is the base trim, the entry-level trim known as the LE. But before we get into this Ocean Gem, that's the name of the color, Ocean Gem Camry, let's talk about what's going on here. Toyota really has an ace up their sleeve with this Camry. Not only across all four trims, LE, SE, XSE, and XLE, are the MSRPs lower than last year, than the previous gen. MPGs are up, plus you can get standard front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive across all four trims. Now, with this comes a very special price point, and wait until you hear the numbers on this one. So what I want to find out is, I'm not going to tell you the price yet. If you're looking for the best price, and wait until you hear what that is, the best value for a midsize sedan over the competition that is a hybrid and can also be obtained with all-wheel drive, is this Camry LE the way to go? Let's go ahead, let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, Ocean Gem. Let me know if you're digging it. On some days I like it, and on other days I feel like it's a little fuddy-duddy. I think if anybody says that it looks fuddy-duddy, it's gonna be because of the wheels, but we'll talk about that in a second. Now at the front of the business, you're still gonna see, no matter what grade you go with, you're getting the same new sporty look. Like the way they did the headlight housing on the LE trim, you are gonna have old-fashioned light bulbs for your turn signals, but you know what? You got your LED projector beam headlights. We have functional corner air curtains, and I like the way everything is color matched. And then as we come across that wide, low slung nose, you have functionality up top, no forward-facing camera on the LE trim, and I'm digging the flat black on the lower grille, especially on the sides. I like that pattern. Let me know how you're liking this compared to either the body color of the XSE or the gunmetal metallic gray of the XLE. But definitely style. They're going still aggressive with this Camry, and that's good to hear, because remember, it was just 2 generations ago from this one where they basically look like washing machines and dryers with wheels driving down the road. That's how sexy they were. Not very sexy. When we look at the nose, love the nice sleek front end. And it's important to have this because it's all about range. It's all about fuel efficiency. And with managing the airflow very well, they could bump those numbers up even higher. And wait until you hear these. It's gonna blow your mind. When we come around the bend on the LE, normally in the past you would get a hubcap. You get a steel wheel and a hubcap. You get aluminum alloys, split spoke design, simple metallic silver finish. It is a 16-inch wheel. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of the tire? You're basically looking at, on this 16-inch wheel, 205s on the width and a 60 series sidewall. They did redo the suspension on the LE and the XLE to give you a little bit more comfort and less noise and vibration entering the cabin. Now, as we come down the rest of the side, check it out. Base trim. We got color match on the mirror caps. Normally, these would be flat black on previous gens. You got your turn signals built in. This one does have a sunroof. And you're also going to get color matched keyless entry door handles on the base trim. Working our way towards the rear. 16-inch wheels, not the sexiest, but like I said, that's going to get you the farthest when it comes to range. And then when you spin it around back, just like the other Camrys, for this new generation, you have your LED taillights, but on the LE, they give you the old-fashioned Thomas Edison light bulb. I'm not zonking these things because this is how they kept the cost down, and wait until you hear what the price is. Nice aluminum style finish Camry letters all the way across, the LE badge, and then you'll notice that even on the base trim, first time ever, you could have all-wheel drive like ours does. And the way the all-wheel drive works, as we drop down, let me explain it to you. you have an electric motor driving the rear wheel. So when there's slippage from the front detected, then the electric motor out back will keep you planted with the all-wheel drive. But very simple, very clean, and just a little bit of flat black along the bottom. I'm okay with that, but let's go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's powering our all-wheel drive LE Camry. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have a prop rod. I'm okay with that because this is the LE trim. But what's crazy is that all the grades of the Camry, the 4 different grades, get the same engine. That simplifies the whole process. So what you have is a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated inline 4. That engine is bulletproof. But you have the new 5th gen hybrid system. So we have an electric motor up front and the electric motor out back because we have all-wheel drive. That gives us 232 horsepower. Standard horsepower, front-wheel drive is 225 horsepower. It is mated to a CVT transmission, and you have a lithium-ion battery. So no nickel metal hydride, it's lithium-ion battery. Weight of the vehicle is 3,450 pounds. Are you ready for this? MPGs, 53 in the city, 50 on the highway. That to me is freaking mind-blowing with this LE. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and see it hypermile. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Ocean Gem. That's the name of the color, Ocean Gem Toyota Camry LE. Here's where it's time to put the money where your mouth is, because this is actually quite shocking to say. This vehicle base price has an MSRP of $29,900. That's under $30,000 as a hybrid. 51 miles per gallon. Crazy. Of course, this one happens to have all-wheel drive and a couple other goodies, so the price gets a little bumped up to around $32,000. But still, I think you're gonna find it's a lot of car for the money. So let's see what we have in this all-wheel drive version of the Camry. To the door panels. You are gonna have some cloth on the door panel, but the good news is that there's not a ton and you get soft touch up top. There is some hard Rubbermaid plastic on the armrest, but that is a place where they cut some corners to bring the price down. No gloss black, and a door pocket that's perfect size for a Granny Smith apple and a bottle of pineapple juice. That's Steven's favorite drink of the day, is pineapple juice. Now going from the door panel to the dash, there's more of that cloth, but you know what? It looks tasteful. It doesn't look like it's inexpensive, and I think that was smart how Toyota balanced that. You're still gonna get the same trim in all the grades that blends in the AC vents, and even the way they detailed the tip of the controls for the AC vents. Slide on in, this is where there's a bit of a difference. So you're gonna have this 8-inch infotainment system rather than the 12.3. But the good news is the way they designed it, I like the way that they ended it. You know, with the 12.3 inch, this comes out further. So it wasn't like they just put the smaller screen and just kept all the flat, the dead area of gloss black. I like the way they made it very specific. Same thing with the AC controls and everything. You do have 3 stages of heated seats, no ventilated seats, but they didn't give you dead buttons. What they did was they extended the LED display here, which is really nice. But you have dual climate on an LE trim, 2 stages of heated steering wheel, and then when you look back at the infotainment system screen, super clear on the resolution. And check it out, it takes up all the room of the infotainment system with the trajectory. Working your way down, you do have USB-A's, 2 USB-C's. You have wireless charging in here. That's substantial. And you have a place to put a Nathan's hot dog with relish, with sauerkraut, and of course, spicy mustard. You do have a little bit of rubber action on the shifter, but that's okay. This is for the CVT. You got your different drive modes, 2 cup holders, soft touch on the armrest here, the center armrest. Flip it up. Of course, we have our Camry key fob. We're in car number 19. They said that that's the best LE they have. Flip it around. You got your switchgear on the back, the 12 volt. You have enough room in here. I would say you could put 6 He-Man and the Masters of the Universe action figures in there. You could get He-Man, you could get Skeletor. Hell, let's admit to the world, you also have She-Ra. There's no shame in that. Seats, the cloth, just like on the door panel, very grippy. Nice design, doesn't look like it's on a base trim. You do have manual adjustments for the passenger, but guess what? I have electric assist for the driver. That's crazy. And we have the sunroof. But why don't you come over here to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel in this Camry LE. All right, guys, here we are, business time behind the wheel. Like I said, unbelievably, in this LE trim, you do have power adjustments for the driver. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm loving the inside of the cabin. Steering wheel, not rubber, but leather on the steering wheel. Flat black and flat gray on all the switchgear, except for the lower portion, but that's okay. You have a manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel, and you do have a digital gauge cluster. The only difference is on the LE, it's the smaller 7-inch rather than 12.3-inch, but they did a good job making it look like it's 12.3, especially when you go into your different modes, eco, normal, and sport. Other than that, the way they have everything arranged in here, very well done with storage and getting to things. But why don't we get into the back seat and see if it's all sunshine and rainbows for the passengers in your Camry. All right, guys, back seat time, and this is what a midsize sedan's all about. You got tons of room back here, more room than a K5 or a Sonata, even a hybrid, a Honda hybrid. I feel like there's more room in this Camry. Backs of the seats, you do have a pocket behind the driver's seat. You could put a mirror, a back scratcher, maybe a little safety kit with Band-Aids and, you know, some Neosporin so that there's no bacteria buildup on anybody's cuts and bruises. You do have your AC vents, which are great for your rear seat passengers, and there's a USB-A and a USB-C, and I like the way they have little covers. Sitting back here, comfy, lots of room, even though I am sitting on that lithium-ion battery pack. Still got plenty of room back here. And then, of course, you pull this down, nice soft material. The one thing I got is just like on the SE trim, I don't know where they came up with this gray here. It does not match the cloth whatsoever. So that is a big zonk. But other than that, for an LE base trim, damn. But why don't we get in the trunk? Because I'm ready to go for a drive and show you how it handles. All right, guys, time to check out the trunk. Just like all the other trims, the LE gives you over 15 cubic feet of space. Love the way you still have the flexibility of folding the rear seat down, even on the base trim, and you do get a spare as well. But enough chit chat. I'm ready to go the distance. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go for a drive in this LE all-wheel drive Camry. All right, guys, we are inside this 2025 Toyota Camry. This is, like I said, the LE trim with all-wheel drive. So why don't we go ahead, since we have 232 horsepower in all-wheel drive, let's go on throttle. So I'm gonna come to a complete stop. Remember, electric motor out back, driving the rear axles, and if you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Look at that. All grip and no slip. But definitely this is where it's gonna surprise you. The work that they did with this Camry really really brought it to life in so many ways because of the instant torque from the electric motors. And then, like I said, mind-blowing to have over 50 MPGs in the city and the highway. That is really where I think the Camry is gonna be a huge sales success. But like I said, the steering feels great. And it's not just on the curvy stuff. Wait until we take it out on the straight and narrow road. It's also gonna handle very well. Of course, this road is not smooth whatsoever, but yet the car is very composed. And one of the great things is that it really is showing just the work that they've done with the chassis and all the inner bits. Visibility is great. You got your Toyota Sensing 3.0 technology, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, emergency brake assist, and that's on the LE trim, remember. And then of course, like I said, getting out onto the regular style roads here, this is going to be able to show you just how good you're going to be able to go the distance with this Camry, because not only of the great range, but also the space and the comfort inside the vehicle. That's also very important as well. But here we go. All-wheel drive on throttle. Really does a good job when that electric motor out back sends power to the rear wheels. And just nice to be on the open road because, like I said, this is going to be one of those vehicles where you're able to take it on those road trips, but also do the daily driving. And you have the new tech and you have new comfort that you didn't find in a Camry before. And here it is for 2025. It's interesting because guess what? That's one of the big pluses, is that with the 60 series sidewall tires, it actually gives you a more comfortable ride. Yeah, there's a little bit more sidewall flex, but I mean, nobody's really taking this to, you know, tail the dragon to rip up the twisty bits there. But the good news, if you are at the tail of the dragon, it's going to be much more pleasurable to drive the vehicle with this setup compared to the previous gen. And remember, the tail of the dragon, North Carolina into Tennessee, 318 miles, 18 corners in 11 miles. That's a lot of turns. But it's really an experience that you have to witness one of these days. But as you can see here, super smooth, feels good, and I'm definitely liking the new exterior look. But I'm hoping that this has been a good overall review of what the new Camry LE, starting at $29,000, is doing for this new gen. We're gonna get back to where it all started and wrap this one up. So I will see you in a split second. All right, guys, another great day in so many ways. I love sticking to our words here on Rady's Rides and our integrity to bring you all the different trims. And guess what? At this event, we've been able to do that. So big thanks to all of the people at Toyota for allowing us to be here to bring you the redesigned Camry LE trim. If you haven't seen my other reviews, I'll leave some links at the end of this one of the other trims of the Camry. But let me know what you think. For $30,000, is this the best way to go for a midsize sedan? Let me know down in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. We got to thank Stephen Flood, working harder than ever, but doing a very good job. He actually wants to do a few more Camry reviews and actually show you the different colors. So we'll be doing more of that. Thank you, Stephen, for the great suggestion. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.